What's going on, guys? Aero here, and welcome back to another video. Now in today's video, we got our next batch of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet information finally, as today was the last day of the Pokemon World Championships, and I did talk about a few days ago how there was going to be a new reveal that was going to be happening during the closing ceremony, and we finally got that revealed this morning. Now I did mention how the Pokemon World Championships reveals are usually pretty tame, and they don't really like to reveal like a ton of crazy information, but rather we just get like one new Pokemon or one new form or something like that. And of course that was the same thing that happened here with the information for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, so we didn't really get like a ton of like crazy new characters or new locations or anything like that. However, a lot of the information that we did get today was kind of geared towards the competitive scene and kind of how the competitive battles are going to be like inside of this new generation, and it makes a lot of sense. I mean, of course, if you are having the entire VGC community gathered here to watch these competitive battles, then showing something that kind of caters towards them does make a lot of sense. And so there are some really cool things that are in here, and if you do like competitive battling like I do, it's very interesting to kind of take a look at all of these new features and think about the ways that they could be implemented, so I do want to talk about it. Now real quick before we get started, I just want to let you guys know that I am partnered with Best Buy now, and so there will be links below in the description and the pinned comment to Pokemon Scarlet, Pokemon Violet, and even the double pack. If you click those links and then pre-order from there, you can really support me and help out the channel a lot, so I would really appreciate it. And Best Buy is awesome because they'll actually give you free shipping and send the game right to your house day one, so if you want to play the games the day that they're available and have them delivered right to your doorstep, then definitely consider pre-ordering from the links below in the description or the pinned comment. I would really appreciate it. And these games are looking pretty cool, so I know a lot of you guys definitely want them. Alright, so let's take a look at the Pokemon website, where we can see here that a brand new Pokemon was revealed today, and this Pokemon is named Cyclizar. And the thing about this Pokemon is, I mean, it's very easy to tell that this Pokemon is very reminiscent of the legendary Pokemon of Koraidon and Miraidon, where, I mean, we can even see here, it's kind of like a motorcycle with the wheel that's here. They even show people riding it with like how it lives with humans and stuff. So now if you've been following the leaks, then you know that it's kind of talked about how Pokemon like Koraidon and Miraidon are supposedly like paradox forms from the past and future of a Pokemon that they share a common ancestor with. And a lot of people do think that it would make sense that this would be that Pokemon. But some people also have the theory that it's just going to be like an evolution, like this Pokemon is going to evolve into Koraidon in Pokemon Scarlet, and it's going to evolve into Miraidon inside of Pokemon Violet. And honestly, that could make a lot of sense too, because I could see this being kind of like the vehicle that you get at the start of the game, and that's why it wouldn't just be like a legendary Pokemon is handed to you right at the beginning of the game, and you ride this Pokemon around, and then at some point in the game with the story, it'll evolve into the legendary Pokemon, like how Nebby evolves into Solgaleo and Lunala. I think it could be something along those lines, but it is a pretty interesting Pokemon. But of course, the most interesting thing about this Pokemon is this move that it has called Shed Tail. Now this move, basically it uses a substitute where it makes its own substitute by reducing its HP, but then switches out so that your next Pokemon has a substitute when you send it in. And that just sounds super crazy. Like, there's so much potential that you could do. Obviously, substitute is really broken in competitive play because of how it doesn't get affected by statuses and things like that. So there's a lot of potential, I feel like, if you have an ability like this with a move where you can actually switch out and have the next Pokemon already be sent into substitute. Now, I do think that this is going to be a move that only very few Pokemon are going to learn, so this Pokemon is going to learn it, so you're basically going to have to use this Pokemon if you want to have that. But that's why I am wondering if a Pokemon like Smeargle could be inside of this generation, because if Smeargle is in, then, you know, you can teach Smeargle this move as well, and there's going to be a lot of shenanigans that you could pull off with this Pokemon. But yeah, I mean, this was kind of the only new Pokemon that they revealed today, but really a lot of the information was kind of geared towards the competitive scene. And that's why if you are interested in competitive battling, there's a lot of cool things in here, and I do want to talk about it. So the first thing that we've got here is kind of about these new items, and they've showed us a couple of new items today in terms of how they're going to work. So the first one that we have here is this item called the Mirror Herb, and it says here this herb will allow the holder to mirror an opponent's stat increases and boost its own stats, but only once. Now, this could be really cool if you just give it to one of your Pokemon, and if any Pokemon raises their stats, like we can see here the Azumarill basically used Belly Drum, and then the Satitan here was able to copy that and get +6 on its attack stat as well. So that's kind of really insane. But just knowing Pokemon like I don't know, like Gyarados using Dragon Dance and Pokemon that are always using Swords Dance and stuff. Just having a Pokemon have this item and being able to copy their stats could be pretty cool. I mean, it could also be useful for abilities, I think, too. Maybe if they're able to use like the speed boost ability to boost their speed, and you could copy that too. There's a lot of ways that that could be used, so it does seem like a pretty cool item. But really, the most broken item that they've shown so far today is this item here called Covert Cloak, where it looks like this hooded cloak conceals the holder, protecting it from additional effects of moves. Now, this sounds insanely busted because we can see here inside of this example, the Hariyama uses Fake Out, and this move originally causes you to flinch, and basically you just lose that turn. But we can see here that it didn't work, and the Pokemon was still able to attack. But the thing here is that if it's protecting you from all additional effects of moves, then that means like there's a whole bunch of moves out there with so many additional effects. And if this is like protecting you from everything, then this means like if you're going to get hit by Flamethrower, you're not going to get burned. If you get hit by Ice Beam, you're not going to get frozen. If you get hit by Water Pulse, you're not going to be confused. Like there's a lot of potential that could go with how this item is actually going to work. So I am very interested to see how this is going to work, and I feel like this is easily the most broken item that they've shown so far. And obviously with the way that competitive works, you can only give one of these items to one Pokemon. Like you can't have 6 Pokemon all with this item. But I do think that depending on who you decide to give this to and how important it is, if you strategically think about it, this could be an item that really kind of saves a lot of battles for many people. Now we also have this item here called Loaded Dice, where if a Pokemon is holding this item and uses a multi-strike move, that move will be more likely to hit more times. So for like Breloom here using Bullet Seed, I mean, Breloom already has Stab with being Grass type, and then has Bullet Seed also being a Grass type move. It has the Technician ability, which powers up Bullet Seed, but now if you're telling me I can give it this item and then also have it be able to always hit like 4 or 5 times, then that's going to be a very deadly Pokemon, man. I mean, like, especially if you use the Terastal form, like we can see here as well, where it became a Grass type, it's going to have another stab boost that's going to be added on top of that. Like, it's going to be an insane threat and just doing so much damage. So there's a lot of potential with these items, and I'm sure there's even more items that they haven't shown us yet. So if this is kind of just a taste of what the Gen 9 competitive scene is going to look like, man, I think we're in for something that's actually going to be pretty special this time, and I'm looking really forward to it. And really the biggest reason why I'm looking so forward to it is because of this other thing right here, and that is of course this new terastal phenomenon inside a battle. So we've heard about this new terastalizing gimmick, we've already seen it, where you can basically change a Pokemon's typing. And I don't think a lot of people really understand how insane this is going to be, because if we read this here, it says, change your Pokemon's type and turn the tables. The primary feature of terastalizing in battle is that it changes your Pokemon's type to its Terra type. Pokemon don't outwardly show their Terra type until they terastalize, a fact that you can use to take opponents by surprise in battle. So that's why any Pokemon could be any of the 18 types, and you'll have no idea what your opponent could be running, they'll have no idea what your Pokemon's Terra type is. And the thing is, because it's not used by an item, every Pokemon on your team could have a different Terra type, and you could choose which one you want to turn into which typing and which one you think is going to be the most important. Like, there's going to be a lot of thinking that actually goes into how this works. And I mean, we can see here with the example, Tyranitar is out here, and Tyranitar being a rock and dark type, it's going to be super effective against fighting types, which are just going to do massive damage to it. And that's why fighting type is a huge weakness of Tyranitar, where we can see here this fighting Pokemon Gallade is out here in battle, but the Tyranitar terastalizes and turns into a ghost type Pokemon. And ghost type Pokemon are immune to fighting type moves, so that's why when it uses close combat, it doesn't do any effect at all, and the Tyranitar stays protected. And we can see here there's even more ways that it could be used here, where like Colossal has the ability where if it gets hit by a water type move, its ability increases its speed with Steam Engine. But we can see here that if you turn it into a water type, that way you're not going to be like a rock and fire type, so that water attacks are doing ×4 super effective damage to you, but instead you're still going to be getting your ability boost, and you're still not going to be taking as much damage. So there's a lot of cool things that are possible, I think, from this ability, and it's just going to be so crazy to see how people are going to be using this terastalizing ability in battle. Like, imagine Pokemon like Gyarados that are 4 times weak to electric, then turning into a ground type, protecting them from Thunderbolt and stuff. Like, there's so much cool things that you can do with this. And then we also have this insane move here called Terra Blast, which is a new move that shows its power when the user is terastalized. And it says here, terastalize is a normal move that can be learned by a TM. But when it's used by a terastalized Pokemon, it becomes a move of the same type as the Pokemon's Terra type and displays an immense might. Use it at the right moment to change the flow of battle. And then it also says here that Terra Blast inflicts damage using the attack stat or the special attack stat, whichever one is higher for the user. So you're basically going to get the max benefit no matter which one that you decide to do. And like the thing about this that's so crazy is that it's basically a powerful move. I mean, we don't know exactly how much damage it does, and I feel like that's going to be the really important factor in this, because if it's anything above 80 damage or higher, then I feel like this could be an insane move to use, where basically this guarantees that you can have a move of any type that you want to give to any Pokemon. It's like hidden power, except you get to control it this time. And I feel like this is going to be like if you have a Pokemon like Charizard, for example, right? Charizard can't learn any type of, I think like, I don't know, psychic move, right? Maybe it can, but like for the sake of the example, if we can say that Charizard cannot learn any psychic move at all, and we give it like a psychic Terra type, then that means that if you use the move Terra Blast, you're basically going to be able to do like a big chunk of psychic damage to any Pokemon that you want. And that could really catch so many people off guard depending on the Terra types of your Pokemon and stuff. There's a lot of potential for how you could use this move and how it could be done. So yeah, man, I just feel like that Gen 9's competitive is actually going to be very strategic, and it's going to have so much thinking that's going to go into it. And I can't really wait to see what types of strategies people are going to come up with, because this like feels like that this is actually going to be really crazy, because every single Pokemon's Terra type is going to be different for every Pokemon. Your opponent is going to have different Terra types. You're going to have different Terra types. And that's why it's going to be so cool, because finally it seems like not everybody is just going to be using the same Pokemon over and over, like, you know, Landorus and Garchomp and Gyarados and Pokemon like that. So I'm excited to see how this is actually going to change the competitive scene. But yeah, there you go, guys. That is pretty much all the new information that we got right now about Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. And it's really looking like the competitive scene inside of this generation is going to be pretty special. So I am looking forward to it and seeing how it's going to evolve. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, then definitely be sure to click that like button and also comment down below and let me know what you guys think about all this. How are you guys feeling about these competitive items and abilities inside of Generation 9? Definitely be sure to comment down below and let me know. If you're new to this channel, then please be sure to subscribe. I'm definitely going to have some more Pokemon content in the future, so definitely be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on that. Click on that bell to become a part of the notification squad. Go follow me on Twitter at @Aero so you can be featured in videos, and also join my Discord server as well. We've got a bunch of people in there who are always talking about Pokemon and Smash Bros and Nintendo, so definitely be sure to join that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching.